Alright, folks, I am super stoked to be here today. We're gonna be playing some band Stoneblade with a very special guest. Harlan, how you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Oh yeah, we have the one and only Harlan Fear, SCG champion multiple times. How many times have you won SCG Opens?
Five.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, you know your way around them blue cards, don't you, huh? Uh,
Yeah, I think every win was actually with the blue deck.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I still remember like the Ursa win. Damn, that deck was sweet, man.
Which one?
I think this when you were playing when Kogan was still legal, and it was like when like Golden Engineers and stuff like just like Ursa, and you
Oh
were
yeah, the Dallas one
yeah,
with yeah, the original Wurza deck.
that was just gorgeous. That deck was so much fun.
Yeah, I missed that deck.
Yeah, that
Stupid
I
Oko had to come and run it.
I know. That's everybody was saying like, oh, Ursa's too powerful or whatever. It's like that deck is sweet. That deck is great. I love that deck to be in the format. And then just like Oko came down, destroyed everything, and there was
Yeah,
no.
I do think the Wurza deck was a little bit too good still.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
think
was playing
so?
it during Hogak and just beating the crap out of Hogak players. So
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Actually, Ursa been one of the very few decks to hold up to Hogak when was it in Vegas? That was like the GP. Of course, I played Amulet, but I think there was like one Ursa deck that made it there, two Eldrazi and everybody else was just playing Hogak. Uh,
yeah, I do think that after the bridge ban, the Wurza deck was just ahead in the Hogak matchup.
hmm.
And I think if you look at basically by the quantity of people that played the deck, the conversion rate was actually probably a little bit higher on the Wurza decks just because the popularity was so low.
That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, big fan of that deck. I still remember watching you win that event with the deck, and it was pretty exciting. But what we have today is Stoneblade. So far, we heard about the quote unquote banning. So I guess nerfing is a more precise word of companions. So we're giving Yorion one last hooray. This is the deck that you've been playing lately and you've been killing with, right?
Yeah, not so much just me as an individual killing with it. It's just, I don't know, Zach Allen, who I do up to date MTG with,
Mm-hmm.
basically built the core of this deck. I helped him kind of tune the final numbers when we started playing it. But between us and Anderson Leclerc, one of my teammates on Nova,
Mm-hmm.
he's just been crushing it with this deck. He won a modern challenge. He and I both went 7-2 in the last Lotus Box Modern event.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Zach basically built the deck from scratch, and then I helped tune it at the end. But yeah, I mean, this deck is great. I'm sad to see. I mean, I don't actually think it's really going to go anywhere. I think the nerf isn't as big of a deal as people have been saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Yorion is the least nerfed out of all the companions.
Yeah, that was exactly going to be my very first question. I mean, I want to dig into the deck and into your card choices, but like question number one that I had for you is how much do you think that because like the Lurrus decks are basically not going to exist anymore, right? Like the aggro decks are probably just going to move to playing, other style of cards. John is going to prefer to play Liliana Blood Red Elf over playing Lurrus most likely. Because those decks want they play a low land count and they all the mana that you spend needs to be like tempo based or whatever. While this deck doesn't seem to be that affected with.
Yeah, so we actually broke this down on our cast that comes out tomorrow, our
Mhm.
episode, and we're we both agreed that honestly, I don't think that the companions are really going anywhere. I think Obosh really got hurt, and like Gyruda obviously got really hurt because
Yeah.
Gyruda the whole point was to ramp it out anyway, so
Hmm.
the tax is really big on him. But like Lurrus, the decks that play Lurrus are either it's a free roll because they already met the requirement, so there's no reason to stop playing it.
Yeah, it would be like Lurrus Burn, I would imagine, right?
Right, like burn already met the requirement, so why would they cut the Lurrus, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Lurrus got a little bit worse, but it's still free. And
Yeah.
then Jund, who the reason Jund even adapted and started playing Lurrus was it has to have a companion to play a fair game. You have to have that extra card. And I don't see them going back to Liliana and Bloodbraid just because the Lurrus costs 3 more mana.
Interesting. So you still think that Lurrus is going to continue to see play in Jund and stuff like that, even though they are missing cyber cards as well? Because one of the things that I was the most afraid of as an amulet player, of course, my analysis is how does this nerf actually affect amulet? And my thought is like, well, right now we don't really see Ashiok at all, basically. And the reason for that is Lurrus, right? Like a lot of the decks that used to play Lurrus, I used to play Ashiok before. Now we're playing Lurrus, and they can't just cover that requirement. Same thing with Blood Moon, right? Like we in fact, one of my losses in the super queue that I played like last week, no, it was 2 weeks ago, don't remember. But um, one of my losses to the Lurrus deck was because they just sideboarded into multiple Blood Moons and post cyber the game, and I was like completely thrown off. Obviously, I wasn't expecting that. But do you think that like Yorion decks are going to be the least affected? Basically, is that what you believe?
Yeah, definitely. I think the Yorion decks naturally play a better fair game without the companion, right? Like, take this deck as an example.
Hmm.
There's no, other than like abundant growth, there's no cards in this deck that kind of wouldn't be here otherwise, and it's just a normal Bant control deck. And
Hmm.
then you eventually just play the Yorion because it's just an additional resource late in the game, right?
Uh
Where
huh.
all the Lurrus decks are kind of built to play Lurrus on a pivotal turn to take over the game,
Mm-hmm.
where these decks kind of just have Yorion as an option. It's not really built to play towards the Yorion. It's just there when you do need it eventually. So
Yeah.
the tax is much more forgiving. You can realistically actually play it as an 8 mana spell or just kind of fit in the tax on an earlier turn.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
how do you feel about the 80 card thing? Like, would you rather play 80 card in order to have access to Yorion, or would you rather play like 60 card decks and not have to play like Abundant Growth? Like, you wouldn't willingly put Abundant Growth in your deck if it wasn't because of Yorion specifically, right? So, how do you feel about that aspect?
well, so Abundant Growth actually it is here just because of Yorion, but it's also like you do kind of benefit from it being here. Like a big part of the way we kind of engineered this deck was post board when people have choke and boil.
Mm-hmm.
We actually try and play off just forests and plains in the early game
Uh
so that
huh.
we don't get exposed to boil or choke until we're well established mana wise.
Oh, that's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, so like that's why we have Windswept Teeth in the deck and like the one Prismatic
Ah,
Vista, right? We're playing fetches that can't get Mystic Sanctuary so that we can get the non-islands
that's
and
pretty
just play
cool.
magic without having an island until turn 3 or 4.
That's very smart. That's very smart. That's actually one of the things that I wanted to ask. I had a couple of questions about the list. That was one of them. So glad that we covered that. Another one is no Jace, but we do have access to Teferi. What are your thoughts there? Is just Jace actually worse than Teferi? Are we really in this timeline?
Yeah, so Zach started with the deck. He was playing just Bant control, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then he noticed that he was really struggling against um like combo decks and big mana decks because he didn't have any pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Stoneforge came in. And also Stoneforge is one of those cards that like secretly gets better, kind of like Scape Shift in Yorion decks because you draw the equipment less often. Like naturally draw it.
Uh-huh.
And it gives you room to play that third equipment so that you're when you kind of flood on Stoneforge Mystics, they aren't dead cards, right?
Uh-huh.
You still have something to go get.
Yeah.
So Stoneforge was kind of a natural inclusion once we realized, all right, we need pressure, and it secretly gets a little bit better because we have 80 cards. We can play that third equipment. We've kind of always, you've always wanted like 2.5, right? And you just can't do that.
Yeah, in
But with
60
80 cards, you
cards.
just get to play three.
Uh-huh. With 60 cards, it can be rough to play through equipments.
Yeah, exactly. And so the normal Bant control deck had two Jace, two Teferi. And so after Stoneforge was in the deck, we still had Jace because it's good with Stoneforge, and like brainstorming after they kill your Stoneforge to get rid of the equipment is really good.
Yeah, exactly. That's where why I was asking the question, right? Because it's like Stoneforge plus Jace was like always the combo, right? Like they were always like the team
Yeah,
to
the dynamic duo.
a dynamic duo, exactly. So
The issue is that Jace is in essence actually clunkier than Teferi because Teferi is effectively a 3 mana spell because you get the untap end of
yeah,
turn. And Teferi has a higher loyalty, right? Like Teferi, they both can go to 5, but Teferi gets that card
when it goes up
back
to 5.
already. Where Jace, to get the card back, so you don't like, so you get a 2-for-1 if they use a removal spell on it.
Yeah,
It's actually exposed because it's at a low loyalty,
yeah. So they can
right?
just bolt
And
it
so
away.
it's really hard to protect the Jace because it's a tad bit more mana, a little bit less loyalty if you're getting the card,
Mm-hmm.
and really because between Stoneforge and Yorion, you don't really need the inevitability of a Jace, and Teferi kind of provides the same inevitability anyway.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we
All of this makes
basically
sense.
kept trimming Jace until there weren't any left.
So you started with 3, then out of 2, then out of 1, and then it finally got rid
I
of.
think it was just 2, but
Oh,
we
okay.
we kept like trying to keep the 1 in the deck because it's like we can't just not play Jace. It's Jace.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, no, he's just not good enough. Get him out.
He's just not Jace anymore.
Yeah, he's just Jace just isn't good enough anymore.
That's brutal. All right, two more questions.
All right.
We don't need to talk about why we're playing Teferi anymore. These cards are absurd and they are completely silly. And playing 4 in the 80 card deck makes a lot of sense to me. Now, 4/4s, 1 Archmage's Charm, and main deck Gust. Can you
Okay.
go over those real quick?
So War Force is just the same as Teferi and Euro.
Mm-hmm.
They're great cards that you just want and you kind of need in certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to call it the quad laser. You just play 4 of all the good cards in your Yorion deck. So like all the cards that are just like baseline, just great cards. There's 4 of in the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uro, Teferi, Force, Cryptic, Stoneforge, Path, the cantrips, Quaddle,
Yeah.
right? So that's why those are all 4. The reason there's 1 Archmage's Charm is because sometimes in say like Control Mirror, right? You kind of need your Mystic Sanctuaries to be a self-contained card advantage engine,
Uh-huh.
and having 1 Archmage's Charm allows you to do that if you draw the charm, right?
Yeah, because you can just bring
You
it
you
back
can
and draw
start,
2,
yeah, you
etc.
can just divinate, put it on top, divinate, right, to make sure you're hitting all your land drops.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't ever want to have 2 charms in my hand because if I'm using it as a counterspell, it's just not a very good
It's not very
card,
good. Yeah. That
right?
makes a
So
lot of
like
sense.
I want to only ever draw 1 and then like find a mode that's good, and then I have Sanctuary to keep rebuying it if I drew it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's not a card I always want to draw. It's kind of a card that it's like, oh sweet, I drew it, and then I can find something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really important to have access to the 1 copy, but I don't want more than that,
All right, very cool.
if that makes sense.
And how about good old Gusto?
So Gust was something Zach and I were kind of like joking about before the Lotus Box event, and I kind of wish I had pulled the trigger on it. But Gust has just kind of been getting more and more well positioned. And if
Mm-hmm.
you look at the like Goldfish, out of the top 12 most popular decks in the format, Gust is live against 10 of them. The
I
only 2
mean,
it's not is are the 2 Tron decks.
red and green. Red and green are good colors.
Yeah. So, and then even when it is dead, you still have Force of Negation, right?
Yeah, so it just pitches the force, worst case scenario.
Yeah, so
The good old legacy, the legacy way of figuring out the power level of a card. It pitches to force, it's good.
yeah, the floor's look higher than it would normally be, right?
Exactly.
But it
Exactly.
also kind of cheated on sideboard slots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, actually, so the deck kind of the red black matchup could go is really 50-50, and the way your deck is built can really shift it,
Mm-hmm.
like even upwards of probably 10 percentage points.
Hmm.
And so going into the challenge I was going to play on Saturday, I went like 1-3 or 1-4 against red black over the last few events I had played. So I just kind of went nuclear for the matchup.
Just like we're not messing around anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I'm main decking gusts. I'm putting on thin ices in my sideboard
Yeah.
and timelies and purges.
Not messing
I
around,
literally
huh?
board 12 cards against them, and I have main deck ether gusts.
Wow. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And that brings us to the sideboard. Sideboard is basically just like cheap removal, cheap removal, cheap removal, counterspell, thing against counterspell, thing against bagger decks. I love it.
Yeah, actually,
Straightforward, not messing around.
this specific sideboard's clunkier than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Timely actually is the most expensive card I've put in the sideboard so far
I mean, of
at
course,
2
right?
mana. Well, Yorion never leaves, so
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like this. Are you not afraid of like big mana, for example? Is that not something that concerns you?
so Tron is the big mana deck that I don't want to play against,
Mm-hmm.
right? Tron is I really just have to draw Force of Negation and cross my fingers.
Uh huh.
You do have 2 fields, so maybe you can get lucky there. I got destroyed by Jim Davis in the Lotus Box event playing Tron, but Tron is just like nowhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's
I mean,
playing
yeah, I
Soulscar
was.
Mage and Monastery Swiftspear. How can you play Tron?
Yeah, I was gonna say like in the past day, I played against Tron like 4 times, but that is mostly because people are trying to figure out like what to play in the new metagame or whatever. So
Yeah.
it
So
doesn't.
if we do run into Tron, it's not going to be very much fun because we're playing a deck that's like historically pretty weak to it, and we just aren't prepared for it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But other big mana like Amulet and the just generic Titan decks, I
Mm-hmm.
actually think are pretty good. And part of that is that I have 4 gusts, so Cavern post board isn't really that big of an issue.
Hmm.
And then Stoneforge plus Feast and Famine is
Yeah.
just the best thing you can be doing against those decks.
Yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly and wholesadly. Um, yeah, I think that your main deck is pretty well equipped, unless your opponent has the absolute nuts, obviously. But sweet. So the way that I was thinking about doing this is, since you believe that this deck is going to continue to be alive, what I'm gonna do is I am going to act as if the nerf were in effect.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to, whenever, if I have 5 mana, I'm gonna tap 3 of my mana and I'm gonna pass. Okay, I'm gonna do nothing, and that's gonna mean that we put Yorion in our hand, if that makes sense.
All
Of
right.
course, if they have a Discord spell, they're not gonna be able to get us or whatever. But
Yeah,
um,
we'll play exactly like we have the nerf already.
exactly. So like, kind of try to see what we were talking about earlier, right? Try to see if we can actually still play this deck effectively. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I saw some questions in chat. For example, can't seem. Hey friend, big fan. Can't seem to grasp the idea behind this deck. You aren't playing the boat because he's a vehicle and not an equipment. Jose, great question. So you see, we have this card, and yeah, it doesn't get
I
boats.
I love the boat. I so wish I could Stoneforge for it.
Can you imagine if we could Stoneforge for the boat? I would probably just be a Stoneforge player. No, that's not true. But yeah.
Oh,
d-
when you jokingly, or when I jokingly suggested playing Stoneforge and Amulet, and you said you had already done it,
oh
I had
yeah.
told Zach about that, and like, no hesitation, he was like, "Sort of the Animist,"
Oh my
because it gets a
god.
basic
Yeah, I
land
guess it
cast.
land. Ah, jeez.
No
No.
hesitation, just
No,
fired it
no.
right off.
No, no, that's just No, that's too deep. All right, starting off with the classic.
Yeah, nice little sample hand.
Oh yeah, this
So,
seems like strike me as a good hand, however, though, right?
uh, I would probably keep it. So I really was trying to push Zach into play like cutting the fields entirely. Originally there were three, and I
Mm-hmm.
managed to get him to cut one for the prismatic vista, but I really wanted to cut the two more for like a third forest and a third plains, and then this hand would just be like fantastic if that were the case.
Yeah, for sure.
But there basically field is horrible in every opening hand because of the mana requirements in this deck, but it's just a good card to draw mid game.
Yeah. Um, how would you sequence here? Like, is do you see yourself like going turn one Mystic Sanctuary a lot?
I do it a lot because I naturally draw the card a lot.
I mean, I feel you. I'm never lucky either. So.
Yeah, I swear I'm cursed because I draw the equipment and the sanctuaries more than anyone else.
Uh-oh. Well, is
But
that a
Dredge
good?
isn't actually that bad.
It's a good thing for us.
It's not necessarily just a straight up good matchup. Stoneforge Mystic does a lot of heavy lifting.
Hmm.
It's a little weak in the face of
Specifically,
Conflict
the
Guardian
conflict
the
rate that we
other.
see right here. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we find a Force of Negation, then
We're gonna be
we're just
fine.
kind of off to the races, right?
Um. So we're gonna go turn one Sanctuary here.
Yeah, it's just gonna with a hand like this, it's gonna come in tapped at some point.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be clunky nonetheless. Just
Yeah,
can't escape it.
might as well get it out of the way.
Fair.
You're not trying to use the mana this turn anyway.
Yeah. All right, what you got, Dredge? Dredge is back, man.
I
Can
don't
you
know about
believe
that.
that?
I don't know if Lurrus got that bad.
Can you believe that Dredge might actually be back now? Gemstone
That's a nice
covers?
mana base.
Look at that, man. Oof. I mean, that's a good one though.
That's busted though, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So gonna see some dredging happening here. We're gonna be facing an amalgam, one Narcomoeba. So they got Thug, Alome, and Imp. Honestly, the most concerning thing is the fact that they were not forced into using the Conflagrate to this card. That's honestly the most annoying thing. Because now
Yeah.
we can't really play this Stoneforge. I guess that they
Well, we
didn't.
can. They aren't gonna have the mana until the Batterskull's already in play.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a pretty realistic chance we're gonna be able to set up the Batterskull with like mana leak up for the conflag later.
Okay. So you think we should just like Stoneforge
Yeah, I mean,
for
yeah,
Skull?
you're pretty priced into stone forging so that you can try and actually be in this game.
All right. Let's do it.
But
No second red source opponent. Let's go.
yeah, Batterskull is surprisingly good against the big zoo deck with very little removal.
Yeah. This hopefully they don't get to conflagrate quickly enough. Teferi doesn't look too good in this matchup.
No, he does not.
This is the
Although
first shift.
if you bounce the amalgam, it's going to be pretty hard to get it back. Like, they would have to like conflag into land drop.
Yeah. I mean, they do have the loam in hand. They have two loams in hand, actually. Don't have the land, don't have the land.
They always have the land.
They have exactly one unknown card. We know about everything else. Don't have it, opponent, come on.
Have a heart.
Yeah.
I assume they don't have the natural land since they played Gemstone Caverns as their second land.
It is what it would suggest, but
Yeah, the only other land I could think it could be would be like a blast zone, maybe.
maybe they're just debating us,
Yeah, the epic pump fake.
Yeah, for sure. I would do that. I mean, I'm already playing Dredge, right? So I have no soul by definition.
Actually, I wonder. They were thinking long enough that I think they could maybe have something like another cathartic, but they feel like they need to play a longer game.
Yeah, this Mana League is gonna start to look very, very ugly here.
I think Mana Leak is, as long as you're going to have mana up, it's pretty much always going to be able to tag like a conflag, just because they're almost always going to be loaming before the
Looming into
conflag anyway, so
Confag,
it's like a
yeah.
4 mana play.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so we're gonna see like the trigger on the stack and cycle in response of the Forgotten Cave, I would imagine. Or not.
They just said no to the first one.
Oh. Okay, so now they're gonna get one more Amalgam. And the second imp in their hand.
Alright.
Alright.
Probably gonna need to draw Force of Negation this turn.
Yeah, because we're gonna be priced into playing Battle Skull next turn, right?
Yeah. Also worth noting is that Dredge has a very hard time beating a Cryptic Clock.
Huh. So now that we do
Play
this,
the Astral
yeah.
Hand.
So we're just gonna fetch for, I guess, a basic island, right?
Yeah, might as well be an island. Could maybe buy an argument for Forest, but
Let's go Force. Easy.
Ooh.
Easy. That's how we do it.
It went from really hard to pretty easy. We got the Cryptic following turn.
Too good, man. We're just too good. That's all I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's justice, right? You draw the Force to make up for the fact that you had a Sanctuary in your opener.
Exactly. I mean, it's only fair if you think about
Little
it.
column A, little column B. Run a little bad, run a little good.
It's only fair. Okay, so Bloodgusts are hasty. We'll let this resolve, right?
Yeah.
Like
I think you're going for the grand prize.
Yeah, so Cave Mountain Hills. This is my least favorite thing about playing against Dredge, the fact that...
Yeah, I just stopped keeping track of it and just hope that it doesn't bite me.
Alright, even more amalgams. So, can the skull stabilize here? Probably can, right?
Yeah, we block an amalgam, take 7, so we only take 3 down to 3. Then we force the conflag.
Yeah,
and then we cryptic.
Yeah, we're still hoping for no. What's his name?
Oh, they're starting with the conflag.
No, cryptic chill, I guess. Well, I guess we can attack, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get the Batter Skull attack before a chill becomes live again, or they have a chance to hit another chill.
So we force between Mana.
I would pitch the Teferi.
Teferi?
Probably. Yeah, the Mana Leak could still have a shot in this game, and the Uro obviously has a lot of value when we're kind of barely survived, kind of treading water at the moment.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Nerf Yorion isn't as good in this matchup. Maybe.
Oh, actually, did I miscount? I did miscount, but we got a 1, so it's okay. I forgot the second Bloodghast was coming in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but then we get to gain 4 again.
Yeah,
right?
we'll end up at 5 before we cryptic.
So I would imagine that they will attack with everything.
I actually win a lot of these games by decking them.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, they usually run out of cards in deck before I actually get over the finish line.
So we just block the only one that allows us to see alive.
Yep, we end up at 1. Then we're going up to 5.
The other amalgam's going to be coming back. Another cryptic.
Ooh, that was really good.
You say that? So I guess we attack with both, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're not getting through. There's no Bloodghast in their yard either, right?
No.
Not that it really matters because of the germ, but...
Up to 5. So I guess at this point it's just a matter of can they find both chills off of this dredge. Yeah. That's the only thing that really matters. I guess they have two shots at it, right? Narcomoeba. That's fine, I guess. So if they do cast this Ox, we're probably gonna have to counter it.
Yeah, we can just counter tap.
Yeah. So there's the Forgotten Cave. Please no chill, please no chill, please no chill. If one gets milled, like that's fine. It's the second
as long
one.
as it's just one.
Yeah, it's the second one, the one that matters.
And it still really only matters on this turn.
Yeah, no, if we get to untap, the game is over. Okay, so smartly they're going to combat, so I guess we just need to tap and draw, right?
Yep.
Do we tap any consideration for tapping and bouncing or something like that?
They haven't played land yet, right?
No, they haven't. But this means that if they draw another Forgotten Cave, they don't have another shot.
How many caves do they usually play?
Like 2 or 3.
Okay, I think there's 2 in their yard.
We see 1. Nope, it's just the one. They can get it back with loam. No, but if they get it back with loam, yeah, I guess they could get it back with loam.
Probably just tap draw.
Tap draw?
Yeah. You can draw a force. And then like force a loam if they go for that before the Ox or something.
That'd be hot. We did that once already, right? Why wouldn't we be able to do it again?
Yeah. Pretty easy to do.
Staying alive, indeed. Yeah, so it's I guess they're gonna be able to just dredge the entire deck, right? Minus 1 card, so they're gonna get there.
Yeah, just about. So we just need chill as the bottom card, then we win.
Easy.
If chill is their bottom card, I think we do actually just win the game.
So discard everything.
Nah.
Womp womp. All right. Game 2. So, what do we want here? We probably want...
Yeah, Purges and Onthanices are pretty okay. Gust is actually quite good.
These are the cards that we're interested in?
Okay.
Sorry?
Timely actually is pretty okay. You're basically just trying to buy time to either like just cryptic lock them or just survive through their deck, basically.
Timely for time. So we don't want verdicts, or do we want verdicts? I mean, I imagine we don't want the fairies.
I probably would have been... I guess I would have been unhappy to draw a verdict that game. You definitely can cut the Fort to fairies to start.
This doesn't seem like
2 leaks can probably come out. And the Quaddles definitely can come out.
All 4?
Yeah, I mean, they don't do anything, right? They just...
They pitched
I mean, they're just a 2-mana cantrip. Yeah, I don't think our blue cap's that low, though.
Yeah, I guess that in this matchup you're always going for Battle Skulls, so like the Ice Fang being able to grab equipment is pretty much irrelevant, right?
Yeah, and also your opponent's not removing the Stoneforge, so the Stoneforge can just wear the other piece of equipment.
Fair. Right? So this is what we like? Veto's Veil of Summer now.
I can see the Archmage's Charm being something else. It's quite clunky. It's probably better as a leak on the play.
I'm into it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You could maybe see the leak over the 3rd piece of equipment also.
Too late, Harlan. We will survive, don't worry. Guess this
I wouldn't mulligan this.
hand is okay, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. There, we're saying goodbye to Yorion in Modern. What do you guys think? Well, we talked about this, Pen Bartos, and it's Harlan thinks that it's possible that it's gonna still be here afterwards. And today we're gonna be testing exactly that. So we're not going to cast the Yorion for 5. We're going to, if we're ever in a situation like that, we're going to pay the 3 mana, it's not gonna go to our hand obviously because the rule change is not live in Magic Online, but we're gonna act as if it were. Okay, so we probably want to get is basic
I
force
would
what we
just
want
do
to get here?
forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't really care about trying to establish the lock just now. The Mystic Sanctuary.
I don't think you're going to be able to establish it on 4 lands anyway.
Okay.
Right. So we can just do it on like Sanctuary as our 5th land.
Okay. Makes sense. Would be lovely to see some lands here, wouldn't it?
They'll come. They always come. Sometimes they don't. And that's
Sometimes they don't. Yeah, and it's sad times. Sad times they don't. Opponent masterfully taking damage so we don't gain life from timely. Oof. That Storyteller 120, thank you for the follow. Wow, they went for the Uro? Interesting.
I would actually play the Heath even though it gives them information.
To get the tap land since we're not going to be using it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Especially there's like no incentive to get snow lands now that we don't even play in the Quaddle.
Yeah, exactly. You only need the one source for Astrolabe.
Mm-hmm.
The Strand is likely still going to get Basic Island, but...
Opponent taking so much damage.
Yeah, I don't think the time was gaining life this game.
It's fine. Interesting that they're going for the... Never mind.
Hey,
we're gaining life of timely.
Yeah.
Got there. Easy. They tried. They tried to take a bunch of damage unnecessarily, and they failed. Hallowed Fountain, right?
I think I would actually get Breeding Pool because I think it's more likely you're going to Uro than Verdict.
That's not a good one. We just pass, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the turn that we would use to get Yorion into our hand.
Yeah, so you can get an island and tap your 3 lands if you want.
Yeah. There we go. So now Yorion is in our hand, we can cast it.
Yeah, and our opponent is very confused.
Yeah, our opponent is very confused. There we go. Look at that. It's in there.
Yeah, perfect.
Now what, opponent? Do you want to thoughts is my Yorion? Is it sorcery speed?
It is sorcery speed.
Yeah, it is sorcery speed. So that's why we just main faced it. Yeah, our opponent has to be really confused right here. Like, wait, what? I'm just gonna explain to them. I am acting as if the nerf on
I just realized their Cathartic Reunion was horrible.
Yeah, their Cathartic Reunion was like super sad. They only dredged 4 and they got nothing. Because this Nakamiya was discarded from their hand. I mean, they got 2 chills, but...
You love to see it.
Yeah, what I would love to see is another land. Would love to see another land. What do you mean?
Possible these fairies actually might be better as like those Quaddles. Just because they are cantrips, and the Teferis don't really come up that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to my opponent, and they just don't get it. It's fine. Don't worry about it, opponent. Like we understand ourselves. Yeah, we got it. Don't worry about it.
It would have been faster to just say "oops" in chat.
They said don't really care, bro. Play however you like. I'm like, sounds good. That's funny. All right, that's a great sign for us. I guess maybe not so much if they have long.
They
Bitter
have a Bitter
Blossom.
Blossom. Timely's really good against that one.
Huh. That's a good one for them to not know about. Play however you like. You are a Yorion player anyway, they say. What's that supposed to mean?
That's a little shade they're throwing at you.
You love to see like the freaking the Dredge player being the one salting at us for for playing Yorion. All right, so we're probably gonna just timely here, right?
Yeah, I would definitely just Timely.
That's funny. Gain 6, get 3 1/1s. Doing good here.
If the Thug attacks, I would actually let it through.
Yeah, I don't think I'm blocking the Thug.
There's actually, it's funny how few Dredge players actually know this. But if there's not a creature in the graveyard when the Thug dies, it has to put itself on top.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. It's pretty silly. It's not a May, which is hilarious. So should we be fetching for a Hollow Fountain now? I think we should,
I would
right?
definitely get a tapped fountain end of turn.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can also just Uro next turn if we want.
Yeah. So they got
The old
back.
discard prized amalgam, draw a card.
That's what that was.
Yeah,
Hello,
the fair nickel and dime game does not work against an Uro.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're in good shape over here.
I don't think Bitter Blossom beats Uro. I think you probably just attack first. I don't think it really matters either way, but
it's probably correct to do this. Bitter Blossom is an
they may trade because they know you have a verdict, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an interesting strategy to be bringing in, like, Bitter Blossom.
Yeah. Interesting is definitely a word.
Yay, hit a line drop. PogChamp.
Bitter Blossom going to be enough against Teferi Uro? The world may never know.
I think that the world will know, and the answer is no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is our opponent has entered desperation mode, I think.
Yeah.
They have successfully entered desperation mode. I once had someone salt off on me for my deck, Blue White Control being unfun, and they were playing Were Person. Oh, yeah.
But it's not my kind of fun.
Exactly.
So fun.
That's funny. How do you feel about gusting this and Teferi Plus? I guess that we can also just Teferi Plus and on thin ice this thing so they don't get another haggle.
Yeah, I would just on thin ice it.
Yeah, that seems better. Okay, cool, let's do that then. So many astrolabes. Now you guys show up, right? Perfect timing. So I guess that we just Tef Plus. Leaving this up.
Yeah. Next turn we get to cast the Yorion also.
Which seems good. Flooded Shrine is a great draw.
Yeah, now we get to play an Astrolabe.
Now we get to play an Astrolabe.
I would fetch Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, no, never mind. We don't have anything in our yard anymore.
Yeah, the Timely's gone.
I'm lying to you. Don't do that. We get a Plains, I think, though, yeah.
Plains.
Because we already have Sanctuary on.
So we draw a card here. We on thin. Well, no, not there. On thin ice there, I guess. On thin ice, get the merchant.
And get in our damage and trade for the fairy.
Yeah, get in there. All right, no trading. So we untap this.
They've recognized they have to kill the Teferi.
Yeah, which makes sense. It's gonna
Gotta
be
love
tough.
playing just the value game against Dredge.
Yeah, it seems honestly tough for them sometimes when their hand looks like this.
Yeah, and they have to board in all the counter hate, even though we don't have any hate.
Yeah, like they just trophied our Uro, right?
Yeah, I think if they saw our deck list, they just wouldn't actually board in either the Bitter Blossom or the trophy.
Yeah.
They
Well,
just don't know.
can't do anything with that one. Wait, why is it allowing me?
You can target. Uh,
There's no red or green, right?
you have an abundant growth in play.
Oh, abundant growth. We can put it on top.
You can put it on the bottom too.
We can put it on the bottom. Wow.
Decisions.
This card is great. So many things that we can do. All right. Can we Udo here is the question. So I guess we probably lead on Astrolabe, right?
Yeah, I would start with an Astrolabe. I don't think you can get an Uro in play though.
It's not bad.
That was a good draw. I would not point it at the Imp. I would point it at the Bitter Blossom.
Do we even care about the Bitter Blossom?
I don't know. Maybe the Bitter Blossoms are win con actually.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the verdict.
Purging the Imp and attacking.
That's what I was thinking. Like if we exile this guy, then they don't have. Anyway, so I guess we plus here though. Like this is pretty straightforward. Force.
Just more protection from things that don't matter.
Okay, so we can get one more card in the graveyard. That's 3, 4, 5. Probably not enough though.
Yeah, total. It would only be 4 for the Uro though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it would tie up all our mana.
Yeah, there
definitely won't be an Uro in play. But I do like purging the
Imp.
Yeah, the Imp. So, I would use the Fountain in the field. If you decide you want to use the field, you can just do it later with the
with the Teferi mana. Yeah. So do we want to like Udo here, maybe?
I would start by attacking just because it's the thing we know we're doing.
Fair.
I kind of like just running down my. All right, this is the guaranteed things.
Fair enough.
And then just to get them over with.
And now we can Udo.
And Uro off of the breeding pool field in Island.
Gain some more life. Play our land. I guess we play this tapped, right?
Yeah.
Play this tapped.
The Strand for turn.
Play Strand. And now we just pass the turn and tap this and this.
Yeah.
And now we can actually just take Sanctuary back to Purge.
Actually don't have a basic to get, so you can actually kill their Black Source if you want.
Yeah, I totally should have done that.
In the graveyard.
Totally should have done that. Overnight Fancy Stab with a tier 2 sub. Welcome for the 9th month, Stabs. Thank you so much for the continued and constant support. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we are taking this attack. They're probably going to clear our Teferi and come to us for 1, which means that we can actually get back Udo now, which sounds great for us.
I think they sent all up Teferi to make sure they killed it.
And now we destroy their Black Source. Get an island. Pass. Do we care about getting back Celestial Purge here?
Not especially. I mean, I might actually kill the Bitter Blossom at this point. But,
you might kill the Bitter Blossom?
Yeah, like, I think if you remove the Bitter Blossom, I think their percentage to win drops to near 0. Right? Like, I think there is a world where they just end up with 10 tokens in play or something.
But then we wrath them.
Yeah. I mean, that does kind of open a can of worms with Thug a little bit. But I don't know. We're
probably playing Uro here, right?
Removing the Bitter Blossom is just worth a draw step. personally.
Well, the thing is that if we get this, we cannot get back Udo, right?
Yeah, you can. The fetch replaces the purge in the yard.
You're so smart.
I've played a lot with these decks because
How?
I've been playing these in Legacy also.
Yeah, this in Legacy has been great. Had a lot of fun with it. Didn't do well the other day, but
Were you playing Stoneforge Mystic in your Yorion
I
Legacy deck
was
like
I
I
was
was?
not playing Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh, I also had Stoneforge Mystic.
That doesn't surprise me at all. So
Yes,
we
big shock.
can
We can Teferi plus into
yeah,
the purge
that's what I was gonna say.
and still have force up for their turn.
So,
Ooh,
so we untap this and this. We purge that. And we pass the turn. So now this time around we do block no attacks. Huh. I mean, they're deck to cryptic anyway.
yeah.
Do we just -3 here? Is that
Yeah.
crazy?
No, I don't hate that.
Now we can attack freely?
You should cast your timely before you attack.
1/1s. Come to me.
And then I would probably Yorion. And go to cleanup.
Yes. My favorite. After playing Yorion, I think the cleanest step has become my favorite part of Magic. All right. One, two, three, four, and we even get to reset our Teferi.
Max value.
Oof. Oh yeah.
Not that it matters in this game,
Announce.
but typically when you reset the abundant growth, you want to put it on the plains.
Interesting. Good to know.
Definitely keep the delta because it's a mystic sanctuary.
So we can discard these two.
Yeah.
I guess on thin ice, we don't care about this.
Yeah. Either way. Yeah, I guess you actually do want 2 lanes because of Ura.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not my opponent. Not that my opponent is anything better than 0% to win this game, actually. But
yeah, they're dead on board, and you have 3 counterspells effectively.
Just milking clock. Milking the clock.
Aren't we just even on clock?
Yeah, we are. I don't know how. You should have played Kuro. Yeah, it does, but you get more value. You're right, Royal. Like.
All right, so I'm rethinking what I said earlier about Teferi versus Quaddle based on how that game went.
So do we want
Quaddle would have
Teferi?
been pretty bad that game. No, I meant big Teferi. How they were really awkward early when we drew them when we were missing lands.
So we do something like this.
In the face of Bitter Blossom, I think that might just be bad.
Is this an answer to Bitter Blossom?
No, but I mean, I think that. Well, I mean, 5-mana Teferi is not very good against Bitter Blossom either.
Purges.
That's true.
How about cutting Path to Exiles?
I wouldn't. I think the general strategy is to just kind of like just survive. Like honestly, decking them is a very realistic way to win. I could see trimming the leak and I guess the Fire and Ice. Typically, I would say the Feast and Famine, but they have Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, with Bitter Blossom.
Play the other 2 Quaddles.
So something like
just
this?
Kind of as cantrips that can leave up mana.
All right. Any consideration for Veil of Summer because of Thoughtseize? It's just like there's probably like
and Trophy. I think it might just be a little too narrow.
Yeah. Maybe like
Like you
six
lost the
cards.
tag trophy already.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
I could see an argument for like veto, but
Mm, maybe. Maybe veto is okay. The fact that it actually doesn't do anything on the board is kind of unexciting.
this one is not pretty.
We got no hate cards whatsoever, but I mean, it's just
Yeah, I would mulligan this just because the mana is so bad.
Is it that bad though?
Well, so you have to fetch Forest on 1 for the Abundant Growth,
Uh huh.
and then so the Sanctuary is coming in tapped on 3. Sand is way better.
Yeah, this is a lot better. We bottom the forest. We're gonna be
I don't
playing
think so, because then
fountain.
you're gonna end up shocking for a breeding pool
So we bottom the
off of
delta.
the Delta. So yeah, I would just keep the Forest.
We do kind of want to shock because of timely though.
I think Chill's gonna like. I don't think you can. I don't think it's worth trying to keep up with them.
Hmm.
Like shock wise, I think you just will naturally end up low
Okay.
from the time for the
So
timely.
this tapped on 1. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So let's get that out of the way.
Tyler, I could maybe buy not having Teferi 5 as a mistake, but I think that between Uro and Stoneforge Mystic, you're not really like hurting for ways to like take over the game.
Well, that's pretty good for them.
Did they just mill Bloodghast Prize Amalgam?
2 amalgams.
All right then.
And now 2 more chills.
See, this timely was set up well the whole time.
You're a genius.
I don't
They
know
have a
about that.
land now. That's a problem. I guess they don't even need a land anymore. Jeez.
This was a pretty good Shriekhorn haggle.
Yeah? Yep. Definitely making...
No land?
We're
Fetch
never
land?
lucky. We're never lucky, man. Alright, Skull, you better get us there.
I have faith. We also have the timely.
Yeah, timely kind of helps there. Do we want to fetch or not?
I definitely wouldn't fetch.
So just like forest,
Yeah.
Stoneforge, Skull, Sigo.
Yeah, I could have seen an argument for actually on thin icing a prized amalgam because you're going to timely anyway. And then like on turn 4, you could Stoneforge plus on thin ice again.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, actually, that would have probably been better, right?
I think you actually save more life in the long run that way.
Yeah, because we're gonna be taking 9 this turn.
Yeah, you'll just be at 2.
And then we will need to, I guess we will need to find like a flooded strand or a basic island. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that might have been a pretty bad mistake. Because we could have also fetched for a second white source while doing that.
No, you couldn't.
No,
have.
you could, yeah, we actually
You
need
have to
the
have
snow
land.
land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, So we're gonna be taking 9 here. Down to 2. Jeez.
Yeah, and then down to 1 up to 7 for the timely.
Timely can probably like stabilize by itself though, right?
No, but the timely is going to bridge into the batter skull well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just stabilizes for that one turn that we need, and then just Battle Skull takes over.
Yeah.
So I think we might still be fine, barring that our opponent doesn't have another
Yeah, I
crazy
mean they
Shriekhorn.
have to have nothing
Yeah,
basically from here. Do they have any dredgers in their yard?
they don't have any dredgers. I know that they have a thug and an imp in their hand, and
Okay.
then there's one unknown.
All right. Well, the Shriekhorn has to be kind to us, which it has not been so far.
Oh, our opponent has lost connection to the game. That's what's going on right
Ooh,
now.
might get a little timeout victory.
Oof. That'd be pretty hot, honestly, because
We take those.
we're not in the best shape right here.
I am not ashamed to take the timeout wins.
All right, now they joined the game. Ah, damn it.
I'm never lucky.
We were so close. We were so
We
close.
were so far.
So close yet so far. Right, opponent, what you got for us? The opponent that's called us, you are a Yorion player anyway.
It's
Is
funny. So people always joke that like the Yorion decks are just like the biggest piles, right? But I've found that all the Yorion decks are actually just the best built decks because you have to build your deck better because it's 80 cards.
uh-huh.
So there's not like these stupid one ofs that aren't really that good that people play just because they're like their pet card or whatever, because they know that it's just way too greedy in 80 cards.
Yeah, and I also one thing it's just like it's crazy how it feels harder to build an 80 card deck than to build a 60 card deck. Because
I
like
think they actually build themselves a little bit easier.
I
You just
my
have to put more of all the good cards.
my
I don't
experience
know.
has been that like I'm struggling so much to cut that very last like the list that I played in Legacy the other day has so many one-offs because I'm like, well, I would like to play like like another Leovold, but like what do I cut? Like, do I cut my Clothis, my K command? Like I love these cards. Pyroblast,
Well,
Philip
yeah,
Summer.
that's exactly what I mean. Your logic is that you love the cards.
Yeah. All right, so they got back a Loam,
Hey man.
Thug, Imp.
Exactly. If you love something, let it go. Except for Stoneforge Mystic. Never let those go.
Hey, Yakon, how you doing? Just got Brainstorm and Ponder. Yeah, exactly. Those stupid cards don't do anything, right? So I guess that we're getting loaned here. So now is this Gorge, Mire. Taking this attack, because otherwise we die.
Oh yeah, we take these.
Huh.
All right.
No land. Interesting. So we play Delta Untimely.
Yeah, fetch an island.
Sweet. So we attack with the Stoneforge, right? We're not blocking
Um,
with it. Because we can't win if we block with it.
yeah, I guess you attack with it. I honestly don't know if the point of damage matters, and I definitely think there is a chance you might have to block with it.
But how do we win if we block
I
with
guess
it?
that's not. What would it be? A blood gas, maybe? Ox is not good for us.
Yeah, Ox is messed up. Ox is messed up. Play the Mire there. Oh.
They had to take a natural draw step, right? Or no, they dredged, right?
They dredged an imp.
Huh. Where did they skip the mire last turn, right?
Yeah, they didn't play a Mire for whatever reason last turn. That Ox is brutal though.
Yeah. All right.
There's the con flag. Alright, so I guess that now. And the chill. Holy crap.
I mean, when they look at 14 cards, I'd consider ourselves lucky that they bricked like they did.
Jeez.
Uh,
When Dredge does this kind of thing, it looks so good. It's insane.
Yeah. I think you have to. You can't even draw Cryptic into Force because you don't have a blue card. I think you're just dead.
Also, we don't have enough blockers, and we're literally just dead. Right? Because they have a hasty Bloodgast.
I told you the Stoneforge Mystic attack was going to kill you.
I mean, I was dying anyway, right?
Oh, you. I mean, you're on no outs, but you died immediately.
So basically, I made the correct play by, making the death a little bit more, just shorter and to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So clearly, my line was the correct one.
Stoneforge Mystic is always about getting to the point of things.
All right. If you love Stoneforge, let her grab the batter ram and go full house on it. Have you ever gotten a donation deck I wanted to play? That's a good question, Five Arda. I did actually. I did. There was one time I played this super sweet like Jeskai Ascendancy combo list. That was kind of awesome.
How can you say that cleanup is now your favorite step of the game, and then defend taking a line that robs you of a draw step?
So we could have actually gone.
Yeah, we could have drawn one more card.
Wow.
And that card could have drawn another card, Fran.
Punt. All right, we're again on the draw. We're playing against Lurrus. All right. This looks like a keep to me, but I don't know what a keep looks like, so you're going to have to help me out here.
I would definitely keep this hand.
Sweet. Glad that we agree. Very happy we figured that one out. Uh-oh. Are we going to have to pass this guy?
Most definitely.
Uda on top.
This matchup is much harder than the Prowess matchup, for the record.
Yeah, of course.
You would think Stoneforge Mystic would be good against Burn.
No.
It is absolutely not. Uro, however, is very good against
Burn.
I
like this guy.
So I think...
Do we have to Sanctuary here?
You're definitely not Sanctuary. You're definitely getting a Hallowed Fountain.
Tapped?
I'm not sure whether it's going to be tapped or untapped.
Well, I guess that we have
just because it's the same amount of damage.
Yeah, we have to we can pass here. Might as well, see what's up because, our opponent might go to discard step, Also this and Eidolon were okay. That's less bad than Eidolon, still pretty bad. That's also really, really bad. Jeez. Temple Garden, all right.
These are the games you just can't win.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I guess there are 3 timelies on our board now. This matchup may have gotten better.
So I guess we have to pass one of these, right?
Yes.
Hallowed Fountain, Shock, Path, the one that deals me the most damage. So this is why you play Amulet. Alright, so we're not drawing those cards. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Do we Stoneforge or do we hold up Mana Leak?
I don't... I mean, they have 2 cards.
If they have an instant, we basically lose, right? Because they just don't cast it and cast it on our turn and we time walk ourselves. That's the thing that scares me the most, basically. Like Stoneforge can at least go under the bus. It does enable Serum Blaze too.
The Stoneforge is going to die, but that might actually be beneficial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would play the Stoneforge.
And we get the Skull, right? I would imagine. Yep. Probably if we have what's its name, we're gonna be. If they have what's its name, we're gonna be just dead. But Eidolon. That's pretty bad for us. What happens if we don't block here?
I on the Swift Spear.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can block.
Yeah, you just take this.
I mean, I guess you could run the block because the only thing they could have is bolt
Yeah,
anyway.
no, but this way, like the other way around, the
You
Stoneforge
actually
dies.
gain more life. Yeah, you
Yeah,
save this way.
so we saved 1 point of life by doing that.
So Uro puts you to 9.
Yeah, but I need to shock. I need to fetch to get it, so it puts me to, and I take 2. So
Yeah, it's just static.
so
You
it's
just stay at 8.
yeah, you stayed at 8. I have to do that though, right?
Yes. And then I would put in the Sanctuary, I think. Actually, no, I would put in the Temple Garden.
Yeah, Temple Garden tap seems better.
How do we lose? We drew the main deck Gust.
Do you need me to explain?
Oh, and they missed their land drop that turn? You're just dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, that's actually exactly lethal. All right. Oh no, Force was on
That was
top.
an extra point.
Yeah, that actually kills us. Brutal. All right, so
I would bring in all 8 of those white cards and the Gusts.
get in here and get in here.
Veto actually is probably pretty good too, overall.
Veto.
Yeah.
All right. Just
I
the
would
cash will bring in 12 cyber cards. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man.
So I actually have liked Teferi in this matchup. I don't know what your
Very
experience is.
good against this matchup, I feel, because they can't. Basically, the way they beat you outside of their creature heavy draws, which admittedly aren't very common because they only have 12 creatures,
Mm-hmm.
is they try and overload your counters by end stepping
Exactly.
and then untapping you got me again, and they can't do that with the Teferian play.
Exactly. So I think I do like Teferi a lot.
I'm not a big fan of Verdict
Yeah.
or a big Teferi.
We also have a lot of cheap removal instead of 4-mana removal.
Yeah.
Cryptics, we can shave a couple probably.
Yeah, you can definitely trim a couple of those. The Charm can go. The Feast and Famine can go.
100% agree there. I know this is what our mana curve looks like.
Honestly, you could probably just cut Abundant Growth.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're really going to be...
It's not about value, you say?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're playing with the Yorion nerf, so I don't think Yorion is even going to be a factor in these games.
Are you telling me that I'm not gonna get to go to discard on this match, Harlan? You're killing me, man.
Do you count cleanup as if you die with 5 cards in your hand, like last game? That's like discarding 5 cards.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would keep this hand.
Yeah.
As bad as it looks.
Yeah.
I think this hand is actually really good.
Into it. 100% into it. Delta on 1?
I think I would... Yeah, I think Delta on turn 1 is fine. I think you're going to be able to successfully turn on the Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's my goal is to get to here.
Yeah.
So
I would get
to...
a breeding pool with it, I think.
PogChamp?
Yeah, they have to board for Uro.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Another path to exile, not great. Play this, I guess.
You're gonna want to. No, I think a Misty is fine here.
Because we might want to get Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Oh, they're just missing their land. What did they keep?
I don't know. Turn 1 Tormod
Um,
script.
Okay, I would not get a Howled Mountain. I would get another breeding pool.
Interesting.
Because the Vista is going to have to get an island because of the Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
I also think I would just Timely this turn.
They just fetch and shock, and then we gain nothing.
Oh, that is a good point. I would not do that then.
So I guess we Vista. We just chill here. Maybe we should have played the Snow Cover Plane there.
Yeah, I think the Plains was probably a little bit better
I
there.
think
You're not going to actually get a spell into your yard for the Sanctuary. Well, I guess that turn I actually probably would have just put Yorion in my hand.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair, yeah.
I mean, you could say you did it.
Huh?
I mean, you had 3 mana you didn't use, and you couldn't have used it with the way you played your lands.
Yeah, all right.
Otherwise,
so
the
Yorion's in
Yorion's
my
in our
hand. Cool. This tapped?
Yeah. This is a wild game.
This is a really weird game. I don't understand what's going on here. I kind of don't want to just like slam a batter skull though. Maybe we should?
I definitely would.
Yeah, I guess we do.
I mean, have a second land to smash it.
All right. So
right?
I guess we just ask the question, do you have the Shattering Spree or...
Well, they have to have the land plus the smash to smithereens.
Yeah.
Right? I definitely don't think they're sandbagging the land.
I doubt it. When their play is just like bolt your face.
Obviously, they're just going to peel the land and
guess.
Oh, yeah, it, Chief.
All right, GG's.
I half expected it to be like Path the Germ.
Yeah, that's probably a good place for us because we can just like Yorion blink the skull and get there.
You play a Misty tapped or a Misty and pass it up.
Yorion?
I mean, I guess it's free to play this turn. Yeah, might as well.
Just 5 mana, 4/5 flyer. Go.
8 mana, 4/5 flyer.
8. That's true. 8 mana. Wow.
See, Yorion's still busted even with the nerf.
I know.
They
like
just do it.
Opponents scoop to the Yorion and clearly can't beat it.
Yeah.
All right. Any changes? I don't between like play and draw. Probably not.
Yeah, I definitely don't want the gross on the draw.
All right, let's go. Yorion
weird
blink.
game so far today.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Game 2 of both of our matches so far, our opponent's deck just didn't function.
Yeah. Look at this hand, though. This is a beaut.
Yes, a real beaut.
Yeesh. 5, I guess?
Are they on 7?
They are on 7, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I would go to 5.
So, they were also on 7 the previous game. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Just want to point that out. I mean, this is a keep, right?
They got to snap it off. They had the Tormod script. They couldn't lose to Uro.
They didn't lose to Uro, that's true.
They certainly did not lose to an Uro.
We keep this and bottom these.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine.
I don't think we can win on 4. So
I wasn't thinking about mulliganing. I was thinking about what to put back. Wow, they have a spell this time?
Oh, now they choose to have a good draw. Can you believe this?
Oh, they still didn't have a good draw. They have the Tormod script.
Jeez. Now they choose to have a creature on turn 1. We had all the answers last game and they didn't play anything. Jeez.
Love a good mana link on the draw.
Oh yeah, feels great. Eidolon. Oh, okay. It's not as bad. Eidolon would have been probably game over. So Temple Garden, I guess.
Yeah.
Feels real bad, but it is what it is.
Also, so their draw step was the Vantage because they shocked on one, most likely.
Good point.
So they have 3 cards. I actually just want to gust the Swift Spear this turn.
Right now?
No. Like on their turn.
Yeah, like draw step.
They might invest into it, but then you can counter it on the way back down with the leak.
Yeah.
Or like say they miss their land, you can just take the time to play the Stoneforge because they aren't going to be able to. Like they obviously can't Searing Blaze it then. Okay, they didn't miss their land even.
All right.
Okay, so they probably have Skullcrack. I would gust this before damage.
100%. Let's see what they do here. They put it on the bottom.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they probably are holding up Skullcrack for Udo.
Yeah, they probably have.
Do we have to pass here?
Yeah, I would pass for the 1 turn because you have the Quaddle.
Missing land drop there really hurts.
Yeah, thankfully all of our spells cost 2. I mean, I would leak this.
Yeah.
I would leak anything that moves at this point.
Yeah, it's bad because they have Lurrus, right? So they can just, if they find the land, they can less Lurrus plus guide.
Right on time.
Now
so here I would Astrolabe and Mystic. Most likely.
Mystic? Right, so we Stoneforge here, I guess. We might just be dead, by the way, by doing this.
Yeah, they might just have Charm plus Skullcrack.
Yeah. They have Skullcrack 100%, I think. Or maybe not. Not dead? Seems like not dead. All right.
Yeah, I mean, just play the Forest.
So we can Ice Fang plus Skull.
Yeah, I would Ice Fang first because you could draw Force.
We'll let this go, right?
I would counter draw.
Counter draw?
Yeah. Converting this Cryptic into anything is like just as important as converting that Mana Leak earlier.
Okay. This Mystic Sanctuary entering tapped is brutal. Well, that's fine, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Do we have to play this tapped? Probably, right?
I definitely don't want to hold it. Is that what you were thinking about doing?
Yeah. Doesn't sound great to do that. We're good at the Fairy Minus there. I don't think I'm too into that, though.
No, I would be in on that idea if we could also put in the Batter Skull. But so actually I think it's fine to put it in here, but I think there's also an argument for just waiting a turn so it can't get smashed because you have the 3 mana up.
Damn it. What now? Is it worth it for us to Quaddle?
I would Quaddle.
And we have to YOLO draw exactly Force of Negation.
Yeah.
And then we die to Lightning Bolt.
They don't have Lightning Bolt.
They don't have Lightning Bolt?
They don't have it.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's brutal. Udo? Oh, I guess Udo doesn't do anything. This also doesn't do anything. I guess Yorion is the only thing that we can really do here.
Yes.
We do get to draw 2. Huh?
Yep.
Huh? So we're just dead, right? No? Unless we
I
can...
mean, realistically, we're probably just dead, yes. The only castable card in our deck is the other Cryptic Command.
Cryptic. Oh, no.
Also, you cheated.
Also what?
You cheated.
Oh, I cheated. Oh, damn it. I totally forgot.
You paid the tax.
Damn it. We died.
Yeah, I think you have to wait on the Batter Skull for a turn there.
Yeah. That was the game losing play. I mean, I think we're probably still in really rough shape, but like the fact that we allow them to cash in their Smash to Smithereens.
Yeah, so what you
I guess
done was
they could have just...
wait a turn? Did we have the Astrolabe in play?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So what you do is you just wait a turn.
Mm-hmm.
You untap, play it to Fairy, bounce the Eidolon, and you're at 5 with Batter Skull mana, right? And so then they have to choose between redeploying the Eidolon, answering the Teferi, or right. And like they have to answer the Teferi to be able to answer the Batter Skull. And if they answer the Teferi, they don't put in the Eidolon because they have to hold up mana for the Batter Skull. And then you redeploy a new Teferi with Batter Skull mana again, right?
Yeah.
And then you can kind of pinch them. And because you have the Teferis to kind of break serve on the Eidolon, you like kind of are doing enough to make up for the turn you took off.
Yeah, like I guess Teferi would have been like the breaker.
Yeah, I mean
there.
Obviously the Sanctuary coming in tap really hurt there because you could have just started that turn.
Yep.
Or just put in the Batter Skull with the 3 mana.
Well, if that was the line, then I should have played Teferi on the turn where I passed. Then is that what we're saying? Because like if we could have played Teferi,
no, I don't think you should, because you also need to make them respect the Batter Skull, right? If you play the Teferi that turn, they don't have to respect the Batter Skull because you can't put it in play, so they can just do whatever they want with their mana anyway.
Yeah, what I was saying is like we can play the Teferi and we bounce the Eidolon, and then we basically can make them. We can actually draw an untapped land instead of the Mystic Sanctuary. That's what I was thinking. Because if it was the Sanctuary entering tap that turn, but if we had found any other untapped land, then we would have been fine, or a fetch land even.
Yeah. That's one approach. I don't like that in that if we miss, right? Like if we miss the land, I don't like the play. So like I don't want to play for the risk of missing the land.
Yeah. So is this something that happens a lot, just like drawing?
To me, not to anyone else, apparently, except you.
Apparently, like we are on the same page here, and you just
there's 80 cards.
We just keep on drawing.
There's still the same number of sanctuaries you would play in a 60-card deck.
Do we ship this or do we keep this?
Did our opponent reveal a companion?
They did not do anything. Because this strikes me as a solid hand, right? Like turn 1 Mystic Sanctuary, turn 2 Snake or Gusto.
Yeah, you don't have a single snow source, so the I would mulligan. The
ship it.
Quaddle's never going to be on. Astrolabes are a bad draw.
Wow,
this is great. You get to bottom the Batter Skull.
You keep this? Yeah.
See, this is my favorite thing about London Mall, is I constantly draw the sanctuaries and the equipment, and then I get to fix it.
Yeah, so it's like it's the best thing for extremely unlucky people.
Yeah, I just get to fix my hand every game.
It's great.
Because I just mulligan every game because my hand has Mystic Sanctuary and Batter Skull. And then I get to get rid of one of them on 6.
Do we want to play a tap breeding pool here?
Yes.
I'm thinking like I just don't know how early do we want to have this Ice Fang online. Are we playing against Jundo? We could be playing against the Jundo.
I think we're playing against just stock Jund. I've played against this a few
Yeah.
times with this deck, and it is almost embarrassing
Like
because
how?
you're just like a normal deck that's like decent against Jund, and then it just gets to the point where you're both low on resources, and then you just have a busted companion, and they just don't have anything.
Wow. Easy.
Also, it looked kind of like they weren't going to have a third land. Clothis. That
Hello there.
barely has text at the moment.
Hello there.
I would play Misty Rain. No, Prismatic Vista.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. And we, even if we, like, we're gonna be playing 3 for this, but I don't think we do this turn because of the force.
I agree.
All right.
I mean, they're probably Bloodbraiding this turn or something along those lines, but
Yeah, but they can blood right into Liliana, right?
yep.
0-1
The old
Goif.
0-1.
The 0-1 Goif. Pog.
I think you just take your 3.
So this Nick can be active next turn, and also this Nick can be active next
That was a
turn.
great draw.
Um,
So I think you play Flooded Strand, and then just pass it up. And the Clothis literally doesn't do anything this turn.
yeah, that's fun. I guess they can like kill my dude on upkeep.
That's exactly what's happening. Why would you say that?
I jinxed us. I'm sorry.
I would force that actually.
You would force it?
Yeah.
Just like hardcast force?
Yeah. Fetch an island off the Vista.
The only problem with this is that, like, if they have another removal spell, this is pretty bad, and we actually cannot get like we cannot save this force, because that means that the Ice Fang is not gonna be death touchy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine letting the force go.
It was more about like taking the Clothis, I guess. Another
Well, that was
VVD.
going to happen regardless, right?
No, because we could have blanked the Clothis. That's what I'm saying there.
By getting the Sanctuary, you mean? Or just like if you don't force the Fatal Push, the Clothis is just going to happen, right?
Yeah, but we can like get the thing, right? Like we don't take the damage. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just too small. What are we doing?
No. What I'm saying is that if you don't force, like if you're forcing, then that's the only way you have access to fetching to prevent the Clothis, and you don't have a way to get Sanctuary and have the Ice Fang on regardless.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Right,
see
like
what you're saying.
like you can't do what you want to do in that situation. You
Yeah,
just have to pick the best of like mediocre options.
the best of mediocre reference sounds great.
I would actually just discard a land here.
Sorry.
I think I would just discard a land.
This one probably.
Yeah.
That means we take 3, which I'm not excited about.
Yeah, that's not exactly thrilling, but
The good thing is that if they swing in, I guess we path 1. I guess we path this one.
yeah,
And
the
we
goal's
block.
going to be a 3 off of the path anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So you get
saying.
to, you get to trade for 1, path for 1, go to 8, and
I'm
then you
thinking
have
that
path left
I am
over.
thinking about K Command though. Like I think I'd rather the K Command get back a
Oh,
Goif than a Bloodbraid.
yeah, yeah. So you want to path both the Bloodbraids?
I guess I want to path that one.
Do you want to actually path it?
I do want to actually path it.
Okay.
Don't I?
Yeah, I think you probably do.
Let's see if they attack first, I guess. They do. Alright, so
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you could convince me not to attack with that board.
Yeah. So we path
It's also a
this.
lethal attack on board, so
So we start here. Get rid of that
yeah, and then
guy.
just straight to the wave.
No more basics. No more basics. Oh, they had one more swamp. Luck sack. Got him. Well, hello there.
Why, hello, old friend.
I guess we start here, right? And we skull. Mulder and Scully. Alright, please don't have removal, opponent. Thank you. Remember when that guy was a no one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We just have to draw a basic land or a sanctuary. Oh, actually, you can fetch shock off of a fountain. I think you actually had to fetch shock first because you could have drawn.
Oh,
the
I could have
last
drawn the fountain. That's true.
Oh, you have a top garden though too. You would have been fine.
So I guess
you want to block first.
Yeah.
Fetch shock so you can cast the Batter Skull.
Yeah, we just died to lightning bolt. I guess dead. Temple Garden, right?
Yeah.
That seems better. And fountain. So we're dead to like a command, like any burn spell, even another Croxa.
Hit anyway.
Sorry?
You were dead to any burn spell if you took the hit from the Blood Braid anyway.
Yeah. True. Liliana.
No. The lily just didn't matter.
Gross.
Liliana does not match up well against Yorion Batterskull. I guess our Yorion costs 8 though.
So I have a very expensive Yorion. A very fair Yorion, you know? Yeah.
You can't cast it because of Croxa. I guess they don't have second red.
So I guess we would be spending 3 mana to get this in our hand, right?
Yes.
So pay 3 to put it in our hand. Go. And then we're gonna be.
I mean, I would be discarding the sword anyway versus the Yorion.
Okay, so we're just dead.
Yeah, they do red source.
Yeah. Brutal.
Are you ready for the drawing part?
Brutal. All right, so I think we want these cards. And
you want veto.
Veto as well?
Yeah, so veto hits Liliana and Boyle.
Oh, Boyle, that's right.
You don't really want force because of the disadvantage.
Yeah. Do we want verdicts? They seem pretty bad. Okay.
I also think Timely is quite good in these matchups.
Interesting. All 3 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
You tell me the 7 cards that you think should come out.
So I like this, I like this, I like this, I like... Verdict is definitely in the...
I like Verdict a lot.
You like Verdict a lot? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't... I would have more in my deck if I could.
So Fire and Ice can probably go.
Mm-hmm.
Leaks can probably go.
Nope.
No.
No, you need like max answers to Boyle.
Huh. Interesting. Growth. You told me that this was actually the plan against Boyle decks, so we're gonna hold on to these. Some paths maybe can go since we have verdicts. Stone Forges.
Yes, all of them.
All of them.
And the equipment.
And the Batter Skull.
Yeah, the Batter Skull, like you could keep the Batter Skull over a Timely if you really wanted to. I think Timely's a little bit better.
Interesting. All right.
Timely just lines up a little bit better against like chumping and just keeping your life total high against like Clothis and Croxa and like pressuring Lily and stuff.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And Batterskull just kind of gets pushed or God forbid Colgan's commanded.
Oof, don't tell me about those stories, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, you
so
actually just Stoneforge is just so bad against Thoughtseize and Kolaghan's Command and stuff. And like they just have so many bolts and pushes that the Stoneforge itself never really lives.
Hmm.
You just juke off of the plan.
I do like the 7.
I'd keep this.
Yeah, they seem reasonable to me, right?
I would lead on Forest.
Huh. Why is that?
You could draw like Astrolabe into Temple Garden or Fetchland, and you just don't want to have an island in play right now. Right? Like you want to like slow roll your islands as much as possible.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're playing around choke and boil from like turn 1, basically.
Yeah, basically those cards will appear. The games go really long, so you should expect them to show up, right? And the worst times for them are early. And I don't think you're going to be able to find a Jund deck that doesn't have boil or whatever. I would main phase the Quaddle.
Yeah, we're kind of in dire straits here. Land. Ugh. Yikes. Yeah, so I guess that if they do kill one of my Ice Fangs, I'm not going to be blocking anyway, so...
Yeah.
Might as well send in.
I mean, I wouldn't even offer the block. The Ghost's going to be like maybe a 2-3 or a 3-4.
Yeah. Thoughtseize. What do you think that fade in Legacy 4C Yorion? Well, I think if you build your deck to make that deck fading great, it's gonna be great. Like that's why the only deck that plays deck fading is Strifopile, and that's because Strifo built that entire deck to get value from deck. So yes, if you have cards like Punishing Fire and whatnot, then I think that it's fine. But if you don't, if you're just building like a normal Yorion control deck, then I don't think it's good.
I think I would pitch the Timely.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like we actually have more creatures than them, and more life than them. It's interesting to me that they did this. It's very interesting to me that they did this before.
They discarded the Uro off of the Thoughtseize?
Yeah, they did.
What? I'm so confused by that.
It kind of does scream boil pretty loudly.
Yeah, I would just play the land and pass.
You just have to YOLO. And they know about that. They know that this is on draw step, so if they do have the boil, they know that this is good.
Definitely, yeah, that's fine. I'm actually pretty happy if they're plussing this here.
Yeah.
Like I think their cards in hand are more valuable than ours just because they can cast theirs. Also, you can just hold up the Veil, like, and they can't ult the Lily.
Yeah. So I guess we pitched the path or the Tef.
Yeah, I would pitch a path here.
Love to see it.
More.
White source? Ugh, bomb it.
I would cast it here.
That's brutal.
Poggers.
Do we need to serve there? Probably, right? Are we blocking with this Goif?
No, you can take a Goif hit. You're at 23.
Yeah,
I think pressuring the Lily is fine. It's a little annoying if they have land and like they fire up Raging Ravine.
Yeah, but like...
And they're plussing Lily and actually eating one of their 2 spells that's left. So...
No, we... Teferi?
I would... Yeah, pitch a Tef.
Opponent, why wouldn't you fix my mana? Damn it.
Alright, now the Veil's going.
I mean, if we find a green source...
What is opponent doing? Is this Kolaghan's Command? Yeah.
Just make us discard?
Yeah, I would just...
Now we pitch Veil, right?
Yeah, I think Veil's a fine discard.
I love how if we find land, we just win so easily. like a green source. Not that land. God damn it.
You love to see
Wow.
it.
Wow. This is Yorion turn.
Yep.
And do we play this?
Yes, 100%.
All right, no boil, no choke, please.
Sure, it'll just be a bloodbraid off.
All right.
Man, pretty bad. You definitely want to get rid of the Teferi at this point.
I mean, I think that we're one green source away from winning, right?
Astrolabe into land.
Oh, I guess they have Croxa too,
Oh, okay.
which is a little bit more problematic. But Uro beats Croxa though, and we can actually recast the Uro pretty easily. You gotta
All right.
be kidding me, man.
Yeah, slightly worse than Astrolabe here.
Land.
Greenland.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. God damn it.
Dude, the mono run bads.
Oh my god. This is brutal. So now they get to minus Liliana, attack with Croxa, attack with Ravine.
It's funny. Magic the nerf not being the real nerf yet.
No, the nerf is just like
Hurting you now because you can't discard the Yorion instead to keep the cryptic.
Yeah. The nerf would be actually helping us here.
Yeah.
Isn't this actually lethal? This might just be lethal. It is 11, yeah, 15. That's exactly lethal, actually. Wow. We would have drawn all 4 Teferis before we would have drawn a second green source. Can you believe that? Jeez. All right. At least we have 69 viewers, though, which is always great value.
It's a nice amount of viewers.
It's the nicest.
So that is one downside of the Yorion decks, is the variance does just hit you that much harder.
Yeah.
I don't know. The tax hasn't been outrageous so far, honestly.
It never was relevant for now. Like we were always able to find a spot where it simply just fit, you know? So it just fit in our curve. Maybe it's because we kind of had some really awkward draws.
Yeah, I mean, everything I kind of wanted to do to the mana base that like I kind of fought over with Zach was just me trying to mitigate my own variance of me just getting screwed over by drawing the fields in my opener and the sanctuaries in my opener all the time. Like I wanted to get rid of the fields and just play 2 sanctuaries and just have all like color producing like basics and stuff.
Yeah, sanctuary it was a big deal multiple times already in the 3 matches that we played.
Yeah, and it's pretty rare that you even really want the third one, but when you want the third one, it's really good.
Yeah.
I could definitely see going down to 2. I've wanted to do it before.
Yeah.
You've actually been drawing them like even more than I have, or you do, but you haven't been drawing the equipment. I think overall it's a wash.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that everybody that follows my stream knows that I am very, very unlucky. So
yeah, I'm glad it's not just me though.
Yep. It doesn't come as a surprise, you know. How about this one where we have the 1 lander and we have the
yeah, but now we get to London Mall and then put the sanctuary at the bottom.
So close to calling it.
I would planes at the bottom.
Planes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Basic, even though you have a verdict in your hand, basic planes is just so much worse than forest.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because of it.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, we did see exactly that last game, right? I think this deck is probably just bad. Yeah, it's the deck that won the latest Modern Challenge, so... Clearly, it's really, really bad.
I mean, it. Don't get me wrong. It definitely like. It certainly has some inherent inconsistencies. I would play the Misty Rainforest to
oh,
get a
oh, sorry.
pool.
Well,
It's not a big deal. I mean, your opponent played a Snow Island, so like shocking to cast a Verdict probably isn't going to be that big of a deal. I wonder if our opponent's playing 60 card Snow.
it could be.
The last time I played this matchup, I decked my opponent game one.
Yes, the 80
I
cars
killed
being
them in their draw step.
80 cars, strict upgrade. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually so across Modern and Legacy, I've won 3 games by decking my opponent in the Yorion Snow versus 60 card Snow mirror. 3 times in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that we actually don't want to fetch. We're excited to be hitting our land drops, right?
Yeah.
And I probably want to start playing very, very quickly. Right? Oof.
Yes.
Well, we wait on that one, right?
I would wait a turn, yeah.
Maybe they tap out. And we get them?
No idea what they're playing, though.
Yeah, no idea either.
I guess they could be playing...
Alright, there you go. Blue Moon.
Oh. Blood Moon is not a very good card against this 3-color control deck that does not feature red. Alright, they're light on lands then, also. Oh, yeah, I would just keep the pace we're going.
Yep. This game is actually looking pretty great for us. Our opponent's going to blink first. Omen of the Sea.
Imagine registering Omen of the Sea without Yorion. Because they did it.
Yeah, and I know how psyched I am about that.
But they could be playing like the blue-red counterbalance deck.
Maybe.
This is what you get when you're in the O3 bracket.
Fair. It's our fault for being here. It's our own fault. Can I bolt here? We're probably happy if that happens, right?
Oh, ecstatic. Ooh, now we slam.
Do we slam?
Oh yeah, we have 2 of them. Andrew missing a land drop, so like now is like a good time to slam. Also, because they're playing Is It, they don't really have a good punish.
Fair enough.
Like, what are they gonna untap and cast?
Yeah,
that, like you're terrified of, right? Like a Rawl, maybe, but you have a Force of Negation.
Yeah, Rawl's pretty hot.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty good. Dude, that's a Vanillion click.
This also would have been worse for you if you had just passed, for the record, because you would have tried a cryptic counter draw and they would have remanded it.
Yeah.
The click, not the cryptic.
Wow.
Oh man, they're actually not. They have the Rawl too.
Dude, like.
Oh. So it's like that.
I guess that happened. My opponent just fresh off a time machine.
Yeah.
Fresh off a time machine. So let me. I'm just gonna move some stuff around, and you tell me how you feel about it. Okay.
I certainly wouldn't cut the sword. It's pro their deck. They're both great.
So we cut the skull.
No, I would keep them all.
Keep them all? Interesting. Oh, duh.
I don't know if you want a full 4 gusts.
Yeah, that's.
I could also see trimming 2 cryptics, just because they're bad against remand, and your opponent probably has Dispel or something in their deck.
I mean, if they are really coming from 2016,
I mean, I guarantee you they have either Flusterstorm or Dispel.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
100% Dispel. Yeah, let's go, right? Wow. We just got through the Reach Timber Cold, Harlan. How do you feel?
Um,
Yes! Yes!
if there was gonna be a land in this opener, it might as well be that one, right? Oh, this hand's great. We get to bottom the sword.
Yes!
See?
London Mall, let's go.
This actually maximizes the advantage from Yorion and the London Mall. You just
Oh,
draw your mediocre, weird tutor cards less, and when you do have them in your opening hand, you just get to put them at the bottom.
this is like the greatest deck ever.
Uh,
This is the greatest deck ever. I really doubt they have Blood Moon at this point, by the way. But I'm bringing. There was reason that I brought in Celestial Purges because, like what you said, which is raw.
also, a little context for the chat. The first week I played this deck, I went 4-1 in a prelim. Top 8 of the challenge, going 7-2 or 8-2, and then got 9th in the Lotus Box event, going 7-2. And then in the challenge, when we played this 75, I went 2-3 drop, and Anderson won the event. So there's just so much variance in just playing 80 cards, I think.
Yeah, this is like the most variance heavy control deck I've ever played, probably. Do we get Island here?
Yeah, I would.
In before we get trick binded, right?
Shadow of Doubted.
That would be really hot. I wouldn't even.
Oh, I definitely would have played Mystic on 2 for the record.
Oh, Stoneforge. Oh, you would have just slammed the Stoneforge?
Yeah, it forces action on them. I would 100% slam the Teferi this turn also.
Okay.
They're either they have to have their one negate that they might sideboard, or they're just gonna remand it, and then you get to that's all right.
2016, baby.
But Spell Pierce is just gonna interact favorably with you all the time,
Exactly.
right? And the Teferi is honestly the best time for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, they just can't punish us at this point. That's actually a great draw, right?
Yeah, now we get to play the Mystic and have the Quaddle up.
And we have Force.
Yeah, I would have maybe cast the Mystic. Oh, no, never mind. You can't cast the Mystic before playing the land because it's a colorless land.
Yeah, exactly. No, if you do that, then we cannot Quaddle. So, which sword do we like better?
We get Fire and Ice here.
Fire and Ice, right?
Yeah.
Agreed. Oh yeah.
This way, they're still incentivized to kill the Stoneforge, but you get a more usable card.
Yeah.
And if they don't kill the Stoneforge, then they're in a world of trouble. Where with the Batterskull, they're just there's just a big stupid thing in play.
Yeah, I would have considered the other one because the other one gives me the other sword.
Yeah, so the issue with Feast and Famine is that you have to clear the hurdle of getting it attached to something, right? And then even once it's attached to something, they can still do something about it, right? Where with Fire and Ice, once you clear the hurdle of getting it attached, you're just in the clear, right? Yeah. It's just pro their deck.
Yeah, that's fair. So I guess they can just bounce the thing though.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna happen with either one though, right?
Do we do this here? We can still cast Force of Negation if we do. Thank you for the follow there, DJ Rainy Davix.
Yeah, I would Abundant Growth the island.
Why no Mana Dorks in this deck? That's a good question. Why no Mana Dorks, Harlan?
The Mana Dorks were really poorly positioned when we first built this deck.
I'm gonna shock here, right?
Because everyone was playing Lava Dart. And this also is Bant control with Stoneforge so that you have a good plan for big mana, like Scape Shift and Titan decks, right? So that you can get underneath of them as a control deck. And so like if you wanted to be a mana dork deck, I probably wouldn't play Yorion.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I would just be like a 60 card tempo deck with maybe like Geist or something. But I think that deck is even better against what this deck kind of slanted to beat anyway, and worse versus the really popular decks.
We don't. Do we want a field just to fix our mana?
This is during their end step.
Yeah, this is their end step right now.
Does it even fix your mana?
I mean, it gives me one more
No,
blue
I would
source.
just put Sword in.
Just Stoneforge.
Yeah.
1 second. More forces. That's actually not a bad draw, right?
Yeah.
So now we get to
So
equip.
I would definitely go for a Sword equip here.
Yeah. So equip here.
I don't really think it matters which. I guess you want to equip to the Quaddle. I think. I don't know if it really actually even matters. I guess the Stoneforge might have more value just because you could randomly draw a Batterskull later.
Yeah.
Just happened, huh?
Okay. Maybe they just. Oh, they could. No, this is actually a mistake.
Attacking with the Stoneforge?
Yeah, because they could have like bounced our sword.
Oh yeah, and you couldn't put it back in.
Exactly. So this attack was definitely wrong. Definitely the attack with this was correct. But
Yeah.
Jeppe, fuck
Yeah,
off,
and
thank you for
also
the follow.
you traded Thamcaster for the Stoneforge.
Yeah.
And also like worth noting, like just a creature in play is like a huge advantage when you have a sword. Just because it threatens to be a sorted up creature.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this was 100% a mistake.
It's all good. You're connecting with a sword, so it probably doesn't matter. Quaddle just bashes them for 5 and draws an extra card every turn. And we hit the land to have Cryptic with Force backup instead of Force with Force backup.
We're gonna win a game, Harlan. Is that what you're telling me?
We won a game in round 1.
We did win 2 games. Excuse me. We did win 2 games. Do we do anything else?
I think there's only one.
We beat one Dredge. Remember, they did nothing.
Oh, yeah, we beat Burn when they didn't play a second land the entire game.
Yeah, exactly. Do we want to bounce something? Yes, we do, right?
Wouldn't. What?
We do. We still have double
Why?
force, and if we bounce here, we actually they cannot.
End of turn breach.
Exactly.
Do you care if they end of turn breach?
End of turn of my turn. They end of turn bridge. They untap. They bridge us again with Spell Pierce backup or something, and then we're actually screwed.
But if they do that, you just kill them. They'll be at 2, and you just take the. Oh, you're at 14.
Yeah, I actually take the.
Yeah, fire off a bounce draw.
Also, they can't shock, right? So that.
Yeah, so it effectively kills the land for the rest of the game.
All right, so now they can't breach us.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one.
That was a very good draw step.
That's a D's, like the kids say nowadays, right?
Yeah, and important to note that we're playing vetoes over disputes because of Scape Shift.
Okay.
It's like you just can't. You just have to have hard counters for the actual card Scape Shift.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have cast the Astrolabe there.
Why not? We were going to draw land.
Yeah, we were just going to draw land. No punishment ever. Hashtag whitelisted.
No, the reason that I did it, even if they didn't draw land, we can still force plus veto plus with force backup, right? And then
I
just
don't think it changes anything, and like having the Cryptic available, I think, is good. I guess you could have drawn just blue card, and then it still would have been fine.
I'm definitely not whitelisted. Thank you, 5 out of 15. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we certainly not this league, at least.
Glad you were able to recognize that. Uh, good stuff. Good stuff. I'll take two. I will also take a concession.
We take those. We don't get very many of them, so we have to take them.
No, not very many of them to these days, unfortunately. Any changes?
Could trim an Uro if you want to. It's pretty hard to actually cast, like bring it back, or even cast the front half. Honestly, you could maybe even trim two of them and have the two other blue cards.
Like this?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of a big fan of just like the end of turn bounce draw.
Yeah. MTG Sithrin, thank you for the follow. Yeah, EOT bounce draw is probably my favorite cryptic
Yeah,
mode.
it's pretty important because they like. I doubt they have very many. Actually, they definitely have Force of Negation in their deck because
Yeah,
you can
100%.
end of turn breach and protect it with a Force of Negation.
How do
But
we 100% keep this, right?
yeah, I would never even dream of mulliganing this hand.
Wow, you're so poetic when you talk. I love that.
Aw, thank you. Draw step.
Okay, so now we don't slam on two? I guess we can still...
Oh no, you slam Mystic because Mystic either gets a remand or whatever, right? And then you just get to slam again. Or it ties up a mana on their turn. We would get Hallowed Fountain.
Hallowed Fountain? Yeah, like I was gonna ask, like, how much do we play around Blood Moon?
Blood Moon? I doubt they have it in their deck.
Does that change? Does that change anything?
No, I just get Island, cast Stoneforge Mystic.
So the aggro Stoneforge is like a pretty...
Oh yeah, I don't like... First of all, this deck just doesn't have hard counters for it. Right? And I don't really care if they kill it because I'm getting a Fire and Ice anyway.
Yeah.
Like basically Stoneforge isn't the payoff here, right? It's the enabler for what we're trying to do. Right? It is supposed to like break parity early so that my opponent has to commit mana. I would slam Teferi here, I think.
Slam the Tef.
Yeah, I like making them have it.
All right. And what?
I would get Breeding Pool.
YOLO, motherfucker. Pierce.
Spell Pierce. Oh, this feels more like an opt. Oh.
Wow. They gotcha.
They did get me. Why would you pause?
I don't know. It was kind of mean, honestly.
The hesitation Spell Pierce.
Yeah, that feels real bad. It feels a lot
maybe
worse.
They had a dispute also. That might be it.
Would have loved to have found a land there.
Yeah, I think you just pass. You can fire off the charm on their end step.
Question for Harlan: why Windswept Heath over either extra blue fetches or Vista? Says the chat.
Yeah, so Windswept Heath is there, and it is a pretty low number. It's only 2 copies, and it's so that against the Choke and Boil decks, you can actually play off of like Temple Garden or Basic Plains or Forest with Abundant Growth and Astrolabe, so that you don't have to expose yourself to getting choked or boiled early in the game. So you can like build up your mana and be prepared to fight over it and stuff like that. I think it's a really big fundamental part of those matchups post board that like their plan is to do that, and it just sets you up to just be insulated versus that plan from the start.
So they're probably not doing anything. Should I snake here?
Forces some action. I don't hate it. Whenever I'm playing against this Team Vents deck and my 2-drop doesn't get spell snared, I just do a little fist pump. Perfect.
Is that a land, Harlan?
Yes.
Holy crap. And wow, just blown away. Little remand action over there.
You got it, opponent.
We can't tap out, unfortunately.
No, it's cool.
It really sucks that we just have to respect the combo, and there's nothing they really have to respect from us. That's, I think, what gives this style of deck the heads up in this kind of matchup.
Yes and no. I think there's a lot to be said for like their plan being clunkier though, right? Like we just get to pick a fight every turn because our threat is 2 mana, right? Where they have to like set up for their good turns.
Yeah, that's
right?
fair.
Like here, like yeah, like we got to start a fight by a Mystic. They didn't want to fight over it. I mean, we might just die here, but
we have another one.
We like have end of turn charm.
I think we're just gonna see they're gonna attempt to combo us here, and then we
just leak it.
Yeah, there's not much else we can really. Do we lick it or do we charm it?
You can charm it.
Because like we die to spell pierce just the same, and this means, well, I guess that it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're just gonna Mystic Sanctuary it back, and then they're gonna main phase to it.
They don't have enough islands for Sank, and I don't think they play Sank.
LOL.
I assume they don't play Sank because of how their mana base is constructed at the moment.
Yeah, that makes sense. They just have another one.
All right. And they have the dispute that they. I think they had dispute and pierce the turn they thought about the Teferi.
Dead. I think that if we had been able to hit our land drops.
Yeah, missing a land was pretty bad.
If we I
think they're not slamming the Tef and playing the Quaddle that turn, but I don't really like that because then you're in a spot where if you play the Tef, they can breach you the following turn.
Brutal. Do you want to just fire off another one? Let's drop from this one. Do you want to play another one? Do you have time?
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, let's do it. Do you want to play with the same list, or would you want to like try something Yorion-less, I guess?
I mean, we can trim 20 cards if you want.
Just to kind of like, try things out.
Yeah. I mean, just open the deck and you can just literally just open the deck.
Just make a copy. All right, let me close the YouTube video real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that sad display of power.
Slaughtering.
But I hope you had some fun. The matches were actually interesting overall. Whenever we didn't like just miss land drops extremely poorly, it was cool. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on to another league, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.